Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making an Igbo soup called Onugbu Bitterleaf soup. The list of the full ingredients will be in the description box, so be sure to check it out. My name is Mimi and welcome to my kitchen. I'm going to start by prepping the ingredients. First, I'm going to be starting with the bitter leaf. I will wash this properly to get rid of the sand. Please try as much as possible to wash 3 times or more. After washing, I'll cook for 15 minutes to get rid of the bitter taste. Most people prefer to cook their bitter leaf with potash or miringo to get rid of the bitter taste and also to soften the bitter leaf. But personally, I prefer this method. I'll rinse this 2 to 3 times, put in my pot, add water and cook for 15 minutes. Next, I'm going to be washing my palm nut. I'm going to remove the dirt on the skin. I'll wash this properly for about 2 to 3 times to get rid of the sand. One of the secrets in making a very good bitter leaf soup is not using much palm nut. You don't want the soup oily, so you use little palm nut. Now I'm going to add this to a pot. I'll pour hot water on it and I'll cook for 20 minutes. Here's my cocoyam. I'm going to be washing this. I'll add water into it and wash properly. As you can see me doing, I'll be removing the hairs on the skin to get rid of sand. Now you're going to wash this properly. Take your time to remove the hairs on the skin. This cocoyam actually carries a lot of sand, so you want to be very careful while washing it so as not to get sand into your soup. Now for this part, I'm going to be using my knife to remove that part. I'll give this a good wash. Now my cocoyam is clean. I'll rinse this and put in my pot and I'll be cooking this for 20 to 25 minutes or till the cocoyam is soft and ready. Here I have my AD, that's cocoyam, my Akwu, palmnut fruit, and also my bitter leaf, Onugbu. I'm going to allow this to cook while I go ahead and wash my meat. Over here, I have my smoked cow meat. I'm going to be washing this. You can use any protein of your choice. I'll add salt to this and also hot water. I'll leave this for 2 minutes and come back to wash. After 2 minutes, I will drain off the water because it's still very hot. Now I'll add cold water into this and wash properly. Please ensure you wash 2 to 3 times. Can you see how dirty this water is? And it also contains sand. Now I'm going to raise my bowl and I'm going to wash for the last time. My meat is now clean and free of sand. I'll set this aside and proceed to washing my shaki. I'm going to be washing this rubber I used in washing the cow meat. Now I'll add my shaki. I'll pour in salt and also hot water. I'll give this a good wash and set aside. I prefer washing my meat with salt and hot water. Most people add vinegar, lemon, lime, whichever works for you. After 15 minutes, I'll be checking on the bitter leaf to see if it's ready. I'm going to taste this to check if the bitter taste has reduced. Now I'll take this out and I will wash. I'll pour this in my sieve to get rid of the hot water. Now I'm going to add cold water to this to cool it down. And then I will wash this properly. I'm going to be washing this 2 to 3 times to get rid of the bitter taste. Please, if after washing your bitter leaf is still bitter, put back into the pot, add water and cook for another 5 to 7 minutes. Then you wash again. Now I'm tasting my bitter leaf to see if it's okay. The bitter leaf is okay for me, so I'm going to set this aside. So now I'll be checking if my akwu is ready. The akwu is not ready, so I'll proceed to washing my stockfish and dry fish. I'm going to be adding hot water to my stockfish and also salt. I'll wash this and set aside. Next, I'm going to be washing my dry catfish. I'll add salt into this and I will use the salt to wash this properly. I'm doing this to remove sand from the fish. I prefer washing it this way before going in with hot water. So I'm going to wash this properly. I'll rinse this with cold water. This method actually helps to get rid of the sand on the fish. First thing you want to look out for when deboning your dry fish is that hook inside the mouth. That hook is very dangerous. When growing up as a child, my mom always had me remove all the hook from the fish. This is it. Now I'm going to be throwing this away and then I will debone my fish. So I had to show this again for a better view. Now I'm done deboning my fish. I'm going to add in salt, hot water, and I'll give this a good wash. Now I'm done washing my fish. I'm going to wash my pepper. Here I have the yellow Scotch bonnet pepper and the red Scotch bonnet pepper. I'm going to wash this properly and set aside. It's time to check on the akwu. Now you give it a good press. Once it releases oil, you know that it is soft and ready. Now I'll take this to my mortar. I'm going to be pounding this. Once I've succeeded in getting the skin off the nut, I'm going to transfer this into a bowl. First, you want to start by adding hot water to this palm nut. You give it a good stir. Stir it properly to remove all the juice from the palm nut. Now you add it to the sieve. I'm not using my hands now because I added hot water. So I'm just going to use my spoon for this. Now I'll add it back into the rubber. I'll add hot water and also cold water to this. I will then use my hand to mix this properly. I'm doing this in order to get the juice out of it. Now I'm going to pour the juice into the sieve and I will repeat same process till I get all the juice out. Icheri si ofe day, I will recommend you use Akwu. Akwu will give your soup that lit taste. Now I'm going to sieve this. Can you see the residue? Be careful so you don't add this. Now I'll go ahead and pound the peppers till smooth. Let's go check if our cocoyam is ready. You use a fork to dip into one of the cocoyams. Give it a press. Once it's soft, it's ready. Our cocoyam is done cooking. I'm going to peel off the back and pound this. Please be careful when doing this so you don't add the skin with it. You need a bowl of cold water to help reduce the hotness of the cocoyam. Taking off the skin will be this easy if the cocoyam is well cooked. So I'm going to go ahead and pound. I'm going to pound it till it's smooth. Then I'll set it aside. Once the cocoyam is smooth, I'll put this in a plate and set aside. In a pot, I'll be introducing my smoked cow meat, stockfish, palm kernel cream, that's your palm nut juice. Please be careful while adding this so you don't add the residue. I'll go in with my Shaki. I'll add seasoning cube. I actually have 3 seasoning cubes here. I'll add this. I'll go in with my salt. I'll give it a good stir, cover and allow to cook for 30 minutes. This has actually been cooking for 30 minutes. I'm going to go in now with the dry fish. I'll also be adding half of my pounded pepper. I'll add half of my crayfish and reserve the remaining half for later. I'll give this a good stir, cover and allow to cook for 5 minutes. I want to say thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and also for liking my videos. Please, if it's your first time here, do not forget to subscribe and also turn on the notification bell. I love you all. After 5 minutes, I'll check to see if our meat is ready. Now that our meat is cooked, I'll be adding Ogiri. Ogiri is actually fermented locust beans. It doesn't have an amazing smell, but the taste in cocoyam based soup is simply amazing. I'll give this a good stir. I usually like using my spoon to break down the ogiri in order to speed up the process. Now I'm going to go in with my cocoyam paste. I'll add this bit by bit. I'll cover and allow it to cook for 10 minutes till the cocoyam dissolves. Guys, this smells so good already. My kitchen is on fire. Now this is the consistency you want to look out for. It is nice, creamy and thick. Now that the cocoyam is almost done dissolving, I'll be adding the remaining pepper to this. I'll give this a good stir and add my bitter leaf also. After adding the bitter leaf, I will cover and allow to cook for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I'll go ahead and give it a quick taste. I'll check to see if it needs more seasoning. I'm going to be adding our stock cube. I added cubes when I seasoned the meat, so I'm adding extra too now. I'll also be adding the remaining crayfish we reserved. I'll give this a good stir and cover to cook for another 3 minutes. We are done cooking this our bitter leaf soup, Ofe Onugbu. Very rich and delicious soup. Oh my god, I can't wait to have this. If you want your soup thicker than this, you can actually add more cocoyam when adding the cocoyam to the soup. Now I love this consistency. Please guys, would you be replicating this? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye bye.